Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 3 of our contest diet methodology series. We're going to talk about carbs, no carbs, fat, keto, all of that. Today, starting with pro-carbs. Notice I didn't say high carb because that's relative to what else you're consuming and your actual energy balance, your intake, metabolic capacity. So I, of course, Adam, am pro-carb. I like to have some carbs. Doesn't mean it's always a certain percentage, but I'm not necessarily a low-carb guy. In future podcasts, I'll talk about when we can employ that with some good results. But what are some of the reasons why you would also say, hey, client, I want you to still consume some carbs. We're not going to do keto. We're going to use carbs.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is just having that faster resting metabolism all day long. So if you're in a contest prep and you're trying to lose weight, this will keep your thyroid faster and keep you, using body fat as energy and keep your met rate faster. And we'll probably get into this in later podcasts, but you just see that when you do it the other way, that there's a major hit to resting metabolism any other way. Now, the amount, I love how you said pro-carb because, I could say someone's at 150 and that could be technically higher, but like compared to what? It really depends. So, and I'll just say with the appropriate amount of carbs to complement your metabolic rate.
So let's get some of the science out of the way, guys, and without having a Krebs cycle here and all of that. In the Diet Doc Life Mastery podcast, I've got several episodes where I do talk about study after study after study. But once minimum protein requirements are met, generally about 2 times the RDA, then carbs are the most metabolic thing, as Adam said, that you could consume, not more protein. They're the most anabolic, so you'll also get more of an anti-catabolic effect, not from more protein once minimum protein is met. Carbs do that. Fat does not. So study after study after study show the value of what a lower carb diet can have, but it never beats in effectiveness having carbs left in your diet. So it's the strategic use and placement of carbs. It's not just, hey, we love carbs and so eat whatever you want. You're still on a calorie deficit and you're still doing something that really matches your genetics. But do you have clients who still just resist that and they think, Adam, I can't eat carbs?
I think I have clients who believe that, and it takes some patting them on the back along the way to get them to eat more. And, sometimes you need to, make a trade. Let's give you a little more cardio if I can get you eating these carbs, and then you pull it back once they feel a little more comfortable.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have just as many client stories as I do, clients who come to me eating less carbs or doing ketogenic, and then all of a sudden you start trickling in those carbs and lean body mass increases, energy increases, and it's really just a night and day difference. Even in my own career, I have compared. I have done entire contest seasons as keto or low carb versus this or that. And you can look at my body comp stats, hydrostatically or DEXA scan. You can look at photos and say, wow, you looked awful right there. And every time I looked my worst was doing a ketogenic diet. You lose so much muscle size. You might get lean enough, and that's one of the benefits, but there's just so much value in keeping some level of carb in your plan. So how are other ways that you may range that with certain clients, Adam?
Yeah, when I arrange the carbs, you can even push up with higher carb days. You can do 1, 2, or 3 higher refeeds a day. Sometimes you can even do a whole week of higher carbs now that the industry seems to be calling that like a diet break. But there's a lot of different ways you can manage those carbs. You can do carb cycling. I'm not a huge fan of that. I just think it's really confusing to have that number constantly moving daily. And then when your schedule changes, it can be, kind of a pain to maybe have a low carb day when you're like the most active. Mm-hmm. So,
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we're going to cover now, as we just totally trash the low-carb diets. In our next episode, we're going to tell you why you may want to try that or how to employ it. So going to be fair on both sides, and there is definitely some value, some things that you can try and see what works for you. So we will catch you next time.